you meet is a mirror of yourself and reflecting parts of yourself back to you. So the people we attract, yeah, especially in love, they're not random at all. They're mirrors showing us something about ourselves. Sometimes our light, sometimes our wounds. But let's break it down with real examples. Because when you understand the mirror, we take our power back and we understand ourselves better too. So what does it mean, like everybody's a mirror? Imagine a life in a giant hall of mirrors. Like every person you attract, connect with, or I don't know, get triggered by is reflecting a belief, an emotion, or a wound that lives inside of you, consciously or unconsciously. Not because you deserve pain, not because you're, doing it wrong, but because your soul is asking, can you see this part of yourself and bring it back to wholeness? Okay, let's get straight into it. Like, what does it mean if you date a narcissist or were involved with a narcissistic friend, I don't know, family member, whatever? In the beginning, everything's great. Like they love bomb you, like they're super charismatic, they care about you, magnetic, whatever. And then it starts turning into something very, manipulative. Like you start doubting yourself, you feel like you have to walk on eggshells. And that could reflect self-doubt. Like you don't trust your own feelings, you give your power away, or a lack of boundaries. Like you were not taught how to say no, or you believe that your needs don't matter. Low self-worth. Like deep down, you might believe love has to be earned or fought for, or that love is pain, which if it's painful, it's not love. So the narcissist becomes a mirror, like for all the parts of you that need healing. So what would it be vice versa? Like, what are you for the narcissist? I'm going to talk about that a little later in the video. Up here, this is where it's going to start. Just click on it, just fast forward. Now let's flip it. What if someone shows up, with love, consistency, emotional safety? They're still a mirror. But this time they might reflect, your capacity to receive love, how far you've come in healing, or a version of yourself that believes that they are worthy of respect and love, tenderness. But what about the people who push these loving mirrors away? Because they don't recognize that reflection yet. Like they haven't seen themselves as lovable. So it kind of feels foreign or scary. Okay, so what does it mean if you're dating a married man or a married person? If you are consistently drawn to unavailable people, just ask yourself, where am I emotionally unavailable to myself? Like dating someone who can fully choose you, often reflects, a fear of true intimacy, a belief that you have to settle for crumbs, maybe a subconscious story that you're not worthy of being fully claimed. Sometimes it reflects, childhood wounds, like maybe you had a parent who was emotionally or, I don't know, physically unavailable. And now love feels familiar, like when it's out of reach. But, you're not broken. You're just repeating a story, hoping for a different ending. We all date our parents at some point. I know it sounds weird, but if you look into psychology. The healing comes with when you give yourself the love you're chasing. Now, another mirror, what about a serial cheater? What does that reflect? Like if you keep attracting people who cheat, ask yourself, where am I betraying myself? Where do I ignore red flags, my gut or my truth? The serial cheater often mirrors self-abandonment, lack of self-trust, a belief that love equals, chaos, or I don't know, that you must earn loyalty. But remember, mirrors aren't punishments, they're invitations to see yourself, to heal, to rise, and just to get yourself better. I mean, there's so many examples of things that people can reflect, but just as others mirror parts of you, you mirror them too. So for a narcissist, you may reflect, the love that they don't know how to give themselves. An unavailable partner, I don't know, a married person, you reflect the vulnerability that they are afraid of, probably. And a cheater, you reflect purity, loyalty, or emotional depth that they feel disconnected from. Your job is not to heal them. It's just, your job is to notice the mirror, learn the lesson, integrate it, and choose better again and again. And people are teachers, mirrors, teachers, whatever you want to call it. And the lesson appears as often and as many times and in different forms until you learned. So next time someone triggers you, I don't know, breaks your heart or even deeply loves you, just pause and ask, like, what part of me is being reflected here? Do I want to keep seeing this mirror, or am I ready to change the reflection? Like, because when you change your inner world, like your outer world shifts with it. Like when your belief system changes, you attract different people and situations. Like, all of a sudden you meet someone who is caring and emotionally mature. Imagine that. But yeah, just, be aware and observe. Yeah, just another real life example when it comes to like friendships. So I had a friend who was, yeah, with a married man. And every time like I would like gently confront her with her truth, like out of love, she got like super angry and defensive, like, I don't want to ever talk about this again. And I would get upset like that she wouldn't take my advice and, putting me down. And I mean, I really cared. I was never judging her for being with that man, but oh my God, there was like so much to it. So yeah, I was really triggered that she didn't want to listen to my advice and, got so defensive. So what she was mirroring were like my own wounds, like the part of me that feels, unheard or kind of like dismissed when I speak my truth. Or like the part, that wants to help fix, or save others. Like, maybe to feel, yeah, valuable or needed. And yeah, that was like a shadow from my own past. When I accepted less than I deserved. My stepdad, he, used to put me down, and, every time I would argue with him, like he would dismiss my arguments. And that wound kind of like mirrored with, my friend. I still love her, I still care for her, but like once I got aware, I was like, whoa, that needs some healing. So what was I mirroring back to her? I would say her guilt, because like deep down, she knew that the situation wasn't aligned, and yeah, her unclaimed self-worth, because my clarity like threatened her, or threatened the fantasies that she was holding on to, and yeah, simply her resistance to truth, because she wasn't ready to face it and to own it. I always told her, like, own your truth. I'm not judging you for what you do, but own it. Don't feel bad about it. It is what it is. And yeah, again, she mirrored my triggers around being dismissed and unheard, and I mirrored her guilt, her fear of truth, and untapped self-worth. But then again, mirrors aren't chains, they're invitations. Like you can step away, not out of rejection, but like out of self-respect. And I'm just, letting her walk her path. Not everyone is ready to meet their reflection, but still, I'm very thankful for this friendship and what I learned about myself. Like, whoa. So if this video resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Let's discuss, what mirrors in your life are you ready to break or embrace? If you're on a healing journey, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. We go deep here. We learn together, we cry together, but we also rise. So sending love to the one in the mirror. You got this, and see you in the next video.